This is your favorite show, The Spotlight Show with Sam Hunsu on NDTV. Interactions, revelations, family issues, success and comeback stories, inspirations, life lessons, prayers and imprecations, passion for the lost souls, and much more, on The Spotlight Show. For past episodes visit www.ndtvn.com or Bird sponsorship. And to be a guest on this show, email sam@ndtvn.com.
Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are right now watching us from any part of the world or on the social media. This is your favorite show, The Spotlight Show, and as usual we have already been bringing to you various subjects of interest. We are here to encourage you, to push you, to motivate you, and also to bring out the best in you in order for you to become what God has destined you to be. And today I cannot be happy enough to have someone who has what it takes to encourage you, to motivate you. You see our personal stories, and just shortly you will see who that person is. I'll be right back.
In this world of chaos, anarchy, and uncertainty, God is looking for men and women whom He will use as an agent of change and transformation. Men and women who will use their time, money, talents, resources, and spiritual gifts for the good of others. I believe after reading this book, you'll be encouraged and inspired to live selflessly and become an agent of change. Whenever you find yourself, you will do all you can to add value to the life of others. Agent of Change. Written by Sam Hunsu. Now available. To get a copy of this life-transforming book, visit www.ndtvn.com/offers. Agents of Change. Can God count on you? How will you feel when you know that someone is praying and interceding for you every day? That is how we hold our partners with high esteem, standing in the gap and praying for you without season. NDTV is God's plan to transform lives and help people to get their freedom from every form of oppression, walk in victory, discover their original destiny and the plan of God for them. Together, we can do far more than any of us could ever do alone. Become a partner today by visiting www.ndtvn.com/partnership, and you will be glad you did.
Welcome back. Like I said before now, I said I have someone with me in the studio today. It's a woman of God. I don't know if it's a pastoress or it's a bishop. I would mean a very unique personality. She's goes by the name Emem Washington. I don't know why Washington. Maybe capital E, or maybe it's connected with Washington. Maybe it's Trump, or maybe it's Trump, Trump's sister. Whatever, so I'm just joking. Alright, I'm with me today, Miss Emem Washington. Thank you so much for joining me on this show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Sorry, I'm making you laugh. So that's what we're all about. Life is just very easy life, and then we have to make it easy for ourselves. Thank you for joining me. I go through your profile, and I know you are doing a great job.
Thank you.
And tell me what's quickly about yourself. Who don't know you?
Okay, my name is Emem Washington. I'm a singer, songwriter, lawyer, writer, speaker, mom, wife, but most importantly, I'm a daughter of a king, so that makes me a princess. And I think that my number one goal in life is just to inspire and encourage others. So
wow,
that's me in a nutshell.
Wow. Wow. Your number one goal is to inspire others and encourage others. Wow. Viewers, I know you have a lot to learn today, and wherever situation you are right now, just stay tuned, because a word will surely come to you that will be a blessing to you from this platform. And I know God is listening to someone, and that person is you. So get set to learn from Emem Washington. You call yourself Dream Ambassador. What?
The Dream Ambassador. So an ambassador is a representative, and I think ambassador is a word that that captures what I see myself as, in terms of inspiring and encouraging people to pursue their dreams. You know, a lot of times, even as children or as adults, a lot of times we're told that some dreams that we have don't make sense. Some dreams that we have are impossible. And I'm a representative to show that if God has given you a dream, then nothing will stop that dream from coming to pass.
Wow, if God has given you a dream, nothing can stop that dream from coming to pass. Well, that's true. But let me point out this. Are we going to say it's all dreams, God gave you dreams that come to pass?
If it's God given and you toe the line,
so
you do what you're supposed to do. Yeah,
so but that's
absolutely. Yes.
There's always a price to pay.
Yes, of course.
To make every dream a reality.
Of course.
So wherever dream God has given you, viewers, get set. I mean, you just pay the price. There's always a price to pay, and the higher the price you pay, the more the dream comes to pass. I want to believe that. Thank you so much. Your story is such a, I mean, all I put is such a, let me use the word, what's the best word to use? It's such a challenging one.
Okay, that's a good word.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good word. And, but you were able to strive, you're able you're able to fight out, you're able to come out from that challenge, and you make something out of the story. Tell us about your stories.
Okay, that's a wide open question. I'll tell you a little bit. I think one of the things that I like to talk about now a lot more is the fact that in my quest to become a mother, I had 4 losses, pregnancy losses. 2 were stillbirths, which means that they had gone past, you know, the danger zone. You know, we were towards the end of the 2nd trimester. I had 2 miscarriages, and so it looked at a point like I was not going to be a mother. And then on top of that, I had fibroids, and so I went to have surgery. And the doctor after the surgery said, these were his exact words: "Unfortunately, you will not be able to become pregnant except through in vitro fertilization." And so, let me fast forward the story to just say that I'm a mother. Someone is learning from me.
That's why I brought up this story. I know somebody's out there right now, in this show right now, thinking, maybe trying to give up, and this story will motivate and inspire such people.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. If you're that person and you're thinking of giving up, you're thinking that you're not going to become a mother, I want to encourage you, don't give up. In my own story, like I was trying to say, I'm a mother of 2 boys now, ages 11 and 9. To God be the glory. But at some point, I went from being able to get pregnant, although I would lose the pregnancy, to all of a sudden being told that I would not be able to get pregnant except I went through IVF, in vitro. And I didn't have money for that. And so I cried and cried and cried. But then all of a sudden, something snapped, and I just decided that if I serve a living God, then I'm going to put my faith and my trust in Him. And I'm going to, and it's so fortunate that my mentor, one of my mentors, gave me a book called Supernatural Childbirth. And in that book, it lists ladies in the Bible, and also ladies not in the Bible, that went through difficulty.
Those challenges.
Exactly. And I read that book cover to cover, and I said the prayers in that book. I read my Bible. I woke up early. I went to sleep late. And it was just a personal mission. And shortly after, it did not take a long time at all, I got pregnant. And of course, fear crept in. But at the end of the day, I had my son. And then 2 years later, I had my other son. Yeah. And so I love to share with women, and God used that story to allow me, because since then other people came to me with fibroid issues. They came to me with pregnancy questions, challenges, exactly, and I was able to encourage them. And several of them have gone on to have their own children.
Wow. So viewers out there, wherever you are going through right now, I mean, in these kind of situations, we are encouraging you that you are just a way out.
Amen.
I mean, what we are trying to let you know is that God has not forgotten you.
Amen. That's right.
And in the midst of that challenge, God is able to do something.
That's right.
And wherever you are going through, maybe you are believing God for fruit of the womb for maybe years. It doesn't matter how long that matter. What matters is what God can do.
Amen.
So that's what we are. That's why we brought us this story, that people can learn from. I know people out there who are down right now, who are cast their road. I mean, what's like what's the way out? So with your story, I want to believe those people, there's hope for them.
Amen. There is hope. Absolutely.
There's hope. Bible says there's hope for a tree, even though it's being cut down, but the sprinkling of water shall be shackled for it.
Amen.
So you're not smiling. What am I?
You're preaching.
I'm preaching now. Thank you so much for that. But in the midst of that moment, I know it can be so challenging.
Right.
Have you ever asked yourself, where is God?
Yeah. I think that everybody, or let me say most people, because I don't know, but I think that most people at some point in their lives will ask that question, where is God? Where is God in the situation? And it's natural, as long as you don't stay there. You turn to the Bible, you turn to fellow believers, you turn to God to find where He is in that situation, in that chapter that you're facing. Yeah.
Look, we always say sometimes, I don't know, but we always say, but I also believe so strong, I mean, biblically so strong, that sometimes God uses things to build us up. Will you agree with that?
Oh yeah, he does. He does. To build us up. He has his own reasons. Sometimes it is to build us up. Sometimes the reason doesn't become apparent until much later. And sometimes it's to build someone else up. As crazy as that may sound, sometimes that's the case. And the Bible tells us that we're not given more than we can handle.
Sure.
And so if you're facing a challenge right now, just know that even if you don't believe that you're able to handle it, God knows that you're able to handle it, and that's why that challenge is. That's why that particular challenge is facing you. You're facing it.
Right now, because God knows you have what it takes to overcome that challenge.
That's right.
Wow! Thank you so much, Ms. Washington. I know, like I said, I know the viewers are learning and they are being blessed.
Amen.
By your experience and by what you do. So viewers, you are still your favorite show, the Spotlight Show, and I'm still your host, Sam Unsu, and I still with me today my special guest. She's a songwriter, she's a songwriter, she's a worshiper, you sing too.
Right.
And she's a composer, and you can sing or write your song by yourself. And so she's a multi-talented personality, and her story is such a challenging one. But today, she's using her story to motivate you. Thank you for watching, and let's continue. Now, how do you combine all of them together? You're a speaker, you're a teacher, you're an author, you're Anthony. So how do you, and then you're a singer too, a songwriter. How do you combine?
That's a good question. I think everything has its season. Growing up, I wanted to be an actress.
We look like one.
Thanks. And my dad was like, you're not going to do that. And he wanted me to be a doctor. But at some point I realized I wanted to be a lawyer. So that's where I went. But then along the way, I discovered that I love to sing and I love to. I've always liked writing poems. Then I started writing songs. And so when I'm facing my work as an attorney, that I'm facing my work. That's on the job. But when I'm at home or in my quiet time, you know, the songs come divinely. They come, you know, in moments. Sometimes they come at work. Yeah. And I think that I honestly I don't know how to answer that question because I just do it as it comes.
But because personally, one of the professions I've seen that people don't really combine much with it is the anthony.
That's true.
So I hardly sing with an anthony, so I'm a singer, and so your own is this.
That's true. And can I say?
That's what I observe.
Yeah, and that's why for a long time I didn't show that side of me, the creative side, the songwriting side, because as an attorney, you know, you're supposed to be serious, you're supposed to be, you know, have a certain type of demeanor, and I just thought that people would think that I'm
out of line.
Exactly. So yeah.
But the gift, I get the gift is within you, so you can't just stop it for nothing.
Right. And that's for anyone, right? So if there's a gift inside of you and you try to stifle or suffocate that gift, you'll feel like you're dying. Yeah.
Wow. She's a singer, and I've listened to a few of your songs, and I think one of the reasons why you're on this show is because of your encouraging out your stories. Even if I've been on other show on NDT at the Worship House, because I know you do that as well. So, but I've listened to your song, and one of the songs you talk about, one of these songs, Flip the Page. I think it's about more than other songs.
Yeah.
So what's inspiration all about?
Yeah, so Flip the Page is along the lines of everything that we're talking about today, which basically is that no matter where you are in your story, in your life right now, your story's not over. Flip the page. Like the pages of a book. You don't stay stuck on one page. You read the lines, you flip the page, you move on to the next page, you move on to the next chapter. You keep going. So, and that song, Flip the Page, again, going back to what I was just telling you, it's a song that it's not your typical, like you can't sing that song as a worship song in church. And so I was ashamed of the song for a long time, even though the message, I believe the message was given, you know, was divinely given. I was ashamed of the song for a long time.
How will you feel when you know that someone is praying and interceding for you every day? That is how we hold our partners with high esteem, standing in the gap and praying for you without season. NDTV is God's plan to transform lives and help people to get their freedom from every form of oppression, walk in victory, discover their original destiny and the plan of God for them. Together, we can do far more than any of us could ever do alone. Become a partner today by visiting www.ndtvn.com/partnership, and you will be glad you did. In this world of chaos, anarchy, and uncertainty, God is looking for men and women whom He will use as an agent of change and transformation. Men and women who will use their time, money, talents, resources, and spiritual gifts for the good of others. I believe after reading this book, you'll be encouraged and inspired to live selflessly and become an agent of change. Whenever you find yourself, you will do all you can to add value to the life of others. Agent of Change. Written by Sam Hansug. Now available. To get a copy of this life-transforming book, visit www.ndtvn.com/offers. Agents of Change. Can God count on you?
right, viewers, welcome back. We are still on the discussion. The flip the page. so tell us about it.
Yeah. So flip the page. Flip the page. That is the first song that I ever recorded, and it's a song that I put on the shelf for so long. Why did I do that? I did that because it's not your traditional or typical type of Christian song. There's an element of hip hop, of rap to it. I brought in the very talented God's Writer. He's also Houston based, and then I just thought, you know, should someone my age have this type of song, or should I leave it for the kids?
Oh,
you know, and I just kept feeling like I was going to be judged, harshly for coming up with this type of song. And so that's a lesson that God taught me, actually, when He finally pushed me to last year say, okay, it's time for you to release these songs that I've given you. Otherwise, you know, somebody else will.
Wow. She was actually be much more concerned about what people say as long as God says.
That's right. Right. And I knew that up here. I knew that in here. But, you know, there's still that element of, and I think it's, you know, I'm going to say it, it's an element of pride, an element of ego. And it goes back to what I was saying about being a lawyer and having a certain persona that people expect. Yeah. And so for me to come out with this song that's like,
wow.
You know.
I mean, you are trying to do, what other people don't do. I actually admire that courage.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I know, that's true. No, I brought that this point. I never thought about it as I was just talking to you. I mean, sometimes people in your shoe will not want to do things like that because people want to be perfect, want to live the right way, want to do this, things like that. But like I said, if it's a gift, if it's an inborn gift, there's nothing you can do about that to do. If not, the person will just be dying with it.
That's right. That's right. And frustrated.
And frustrated.
Yes, and that's where I was.
The fulfillment would never be there.
That's right. That's right. Fulfillment was never there. You're always like, you try to fill the void with other things. Working more hours at my job, you know, everything, but the fulfillment was not there. You're right.
Now as an encourager, what would be encouragement to people who are there, who are really not doing what they wanted to do? Some part of the world, I want to say maybe in America, but some part of the world, people actually do what they, even here people still do. People only do what they find doing, not what they actually, what we're born to do.
That's an excellent question, an excellent point. That can only go so long. I mean, still, we're coming back to fulfillment, right? It's still that, and then also assignment. God has given each of us at least one assignment, and let me say an assignment. And you know, if you're trying to do other things, maybe, you know, of course we're here. We've got to pay bills. We've got to put a roof over our head. We've got to do all those things, and sometimes your assignment, your dream, your calling, there's, you know, you haven't made such progress yet, so you have to find your way. Yeah, but don't stay there, you know, and use whatever you can, no matter how little time you have left over, no matter how little resources you have left over. Use that to push yourself closer and closer to, yeah.
Wow. Well, I realize in life that most people strive on what they have passion for.
Right.
People strive on most like a hobby. Most actors or actresses I've come across, most of them would not even go to school to study maybe arts or acting. Most people they study other things, but at the end of the day, you can see they end up doing what the hobby, what they love doing. So, how does that go in success and feeling life?
How does that go in
become fulfilled in life?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one, because that word hobby, you know, a hobby to me is reading my book.
That's you.
Painting, swimming, shopping, things that you don't get paid for. And so, I don't want to see singing or songwriting as a hobby. I want to see it as my calling. And so for the actors, the actresses, the people that, have a passion for that thing, but they are doing other things while they pursue what they have a passion for, I don't want to call the acting a hobby for them. You know what I mean? Okay. I want to call it their assignment, their passion.
Their passion, okay.
Yes. And because it's their passion, that is where the fulfillment, in doing that, in pursuing that, in perfecting that, that's where their fulfillment comes from. I hope I answered.
Yo, no, I got what I'm saying. I got it right. Or sometimes, I think it varies.
Yeah,
it depends on the individual.
That's very true.
A person now like me before now, I have my hobby, like I said, you read a lot. I read a lot, and a lot of people you see. Before I become a writer.
That's good.
I get it. So with that passion, right now, I think I have close to about 50 books already. I've authored.
That's very good.
And I'm still writing. So it's just like, okay, from the hobby now and with the passion now, because what you don't even I mean, if ordinary people can make a do out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I get it. So it varies and it depends.
You're
so
right.
I agree. But major thing we are trying to say is where there's no passion.
That's right.
Either hobby, either calling, either ministry, whatever it is.
You're right.
So when there's no passion,
you're right.
Now, what role does passion play
You're just bringing the tough question.
Oh, is that the tough question?
Okay. So what role does passion play
in achieving whatever God has laid in your hand?
Yeah, that's good. I think it plays a major role. I think first of all, you want to be obedient to whatever it is that God has put in you, right? But then again, there also is a need for that passion. Otherwise, you're just going through the motions. Otherwise, you'll get burnt out. Otherwise, you'll be frustrated. So I think that passion plays.
No, I think that what I want to hear is what you just mentioned.
Okay.
Yay! Oh, you're going to hot seat.
Exactly. This is the hot seat, people.
No, because see, sometimes like we talk about challenges. But what keeps us going? It's a passion.
It is passion. It is.
I mean, a vision where there's no passion. Many things will come along the way to train you out.
You're right.
To force you out. When we have the passion, no, I mean, the passion goes along with that. So
you're right.
I know whatever you are doing today, I'm still talking to you. Because if you don't have passion for the music, you won't do it.
Right.
That's why your profession.
Right.
You don't have passion to become an author, you won't do it.
Right.
You don't have passion to teach, you won't teach. You have passion to speak, you won't speak. No matter how much anybody trying to force you, as long as the passion is not there, you won't do it.
That's true. There, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
so
right.
Everything I'm still talking to you.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So because I see the passion.
Thank you.
So I mean that's the major message here.
Yeah.
Because if you know for the passion, the pride may come in. I would call professional pride, career pride.
Yeah.
And I get it. So who am I to rap? I want to say so rap. But when the passion is there and there's a divine push.
That's good.
Then you have nothing. You have no choice not to do.
That's right.
That's why I think passion goes a long way.
Yeah.
Because today, whatever thing we are doing, you don't have a passion, you won't be successful.
That's right.
So thank you so much for what you are doing.
Thank you. Thank you. And may I just add one more thing? It also affected me once my children started getting a little older. That what do I want to instill in them?
In them?
Yeah. And it is that, I come from a generation where parents kind of wanted you to be a certain...
Be something thing?
Yeah. A lawyer, a doctor.
Oh, no more. Viewers, no more. This is very important.
Yeah.
No more, especially in places like everybody want to... I'm not against a particular profession.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, but we want to let you know today, like what we're trying to say. Don't force any profession on your children.
That's good. Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Yeah. That's where we're going. And that's exactly what I have my oldest son loves basketball. I mean, and funny enough, when I was pregnant with him, I just got the name Jordan. That's one of his names after Michael Jordan. And I just said, this boy will play basketball. And he came out loving basketball.
Wow.
I mean, 24/7 he can watch basketball drills and practice on the court. But he's also a great student. And so there's that part of me that wants to, he's a great student, a leader. Every school he's been in, they want to move him up some grades, you know, and I'm going somewhere with this. So there's a part of me that wants to tell him, look, why don't you become
See you.
But then, you know, I have to check myself that, you know, just like I have passion for certain things, they both have their own passions. And so I'm at a place where I want to nurture that, but also guide them.
Guide them. Wow. And the bigger thing is for us to pray for them and allow God's will for them to be done. Not our will.
Not our will.
No. And I believe this is very important. This is a very important subject you brought up now, because many parents are still making this mistake in the African culture.
Yeah.
We still forcing our children, you must do this, you must do it, make a doctor. No. I do tell people something. If you are called to be just a fashion designer,
yes,
and you didn't do it, you won't be fulfilled. No matter
yes.
what, that happiness will never be there.
Yes, yes, yes. I know a guy right now here in Houston. I won't mention his name, but I'll tell him to watch this.
Okay.
His mom wants him to be a medical doctor.
Oh.
He wants to be a fashion designer.
Wow.
He's brilliant.
Wow.
But he also, when you see him dress, you know that, man, this guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm glad you used that example.
But what I'm doing today is what I love doing.
Yes. Good.
When those days, I mean, we were all sometimes. I mean, in those days when we were in secondary school, we believe when you are brilliant, you will be a science student.
Yeah.
So I was forced to be a science student, but I couldn't get the best out of it.
Yeah.
Even though I came out a good grade, but at the end of the day, I couldn't continue. I have to go back and write another exam.
Yeah.
Is it arts or commercial? Which without even preparing with, and I came out with a good result, because that's what I have passion for.
Right.
And that's today, here we are.
That's awesome.
I get me. So I was sort of a young man who the parents forced him to go and study medical doctor. I don't know, I mean, please, medical doctor, I'm not a medical doctor, but it's not until when your children become a medical doctor before they become great about it.
That's right. That's right.
No profession should be overlooked.
That's right. Especially in this day and age. And it's not just in the US, it's not just in the UK, even in Nigeria. You know, we have Nollywood taking over. We have so much. I mean, the arts are taking over. So no matter what, as long as, let me say, there are some taxi drivers, you know, there are some taxi drivers that are millionaires, that are making more than that medical doctor.
Sure.
Why? Because that's what they love to do. Do I love to do it? Maybe not, but they love to do it. And because of that, they put their all into it, and you know, the rest is history.
So no parent at this age should force any children to do whatever they want to do. As long as all you can do, I tell parents, pray, just put them in prayer.
Amen.
Just pray for children.
Amen.
Guide them, let God guide them to the right profession.
Yes.
Not by imitation, by emulation.
Ooh, that's good. You're speaking to me. Amen.
No, sometimes, I mean, I don't know about it. That's what people do.
Yeah.
People, maybe because maybe my neighbor his son is this, I want you to be this.
Right.
My friend's son is this, which I know.
Yes.
It's about ability to do what you have passion for. So after the young man, I spent about 6 years with the strike back home in Africa. After about 10 years in medical doctor, the day of graduation, he just called the class and said, well, this is what we need to do. I need to take your certificate, let me go back and do what I want to do.
Wow.
So what a waste of time.
Wow. But you know what? I wonder if that really was a waste. Because I feel like new experiences.
But we knew, I agree with you that. But I also want to agree, if you could have spent that time in what he saw, oh my goodness. I mean, I get me. We believe not it's a waste, but it's like him doing that out of compulsion, out of coercion.
Right. And so at the end of the day,
no happiness, no happiness.
Wow.
So at the end of the graduation day, he called the parents and said, well, I will obey you, I want to take the certificate, I want to go back and do what I want to do.
That's deep. And so, did he go back?
Oh, why not?
Okay.
He go back and do what he want to do, because he don't have passion for what he want to do. So I don't know why he bring all this stuff. One thing I don't know this show. I allow the Holy Ghost to lead this show. I get him. When you ask me what, Holy Spirit will take over the show. I get him. So I mean, this is very important. This is a word for someone. I know someone right now you are watching, whether you are parents, or you are maybe your parents is forcing you to, or you can pray for. Don't argue with them. Don't strive with them. Just pray and allow the Spirit of God to touch your parents.
Amen. That's good.
Yeah, because the more you try to correct that can be called strife in the family. Don't do that.
Right.
But I know the heart of the king is the hand of the Lord.
Amen.
And he can only direct wherever he wills.
Yes, sir.
So so don't you just pray and allow God to lead through. Parent, please, this is very, very deep.
Yes.
Very, very important. Don't force any particular profession on your children.
Amen.
Allow them to be led by this. That's the best you can do. So teach them the way of the Lord. Sorry, I'm talking about the show. Sorry.
No, I'm absolutely glad. And see, there's a passion in you. So that's one of your passions.
So no, I mean, I really want people to manifest this.
Absolutely, that's the word, manifest.
That's
yes.
why.
Yes.
I get to. I'm encouraging.
Yes.
I push people to become what they want to. What
right.
They
Off camera, guys, he was pushing me.
Yeah, so I get to me, and I want to believe in life that nobody comes away by accident.
That's good.
So let me come back to you. Let me
I was enjoying that.
Wow. Thank you so much. People, thank you so much for being there. I know you are enjoying this section and you learn something. I'm still with my guest today, a songwriter, a singer, a encourager, a dream ambassador, the person of Emem, Washington. So thank you once again for being on the show. And we are having a good time.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the Leading Ladies project.
Leading Ladies project. So God, I believe that this was divinely inspired. I'm putting together a brunch in a couple of weeks. Okay, so I know not everybody believes in doing a vision board. I do.
What's a vision board?
Okay, so the Bible tells us to write the vision, right, and make it plain. A vision board is along the lines of writing the vision, except you take a board and you put pictures of things that represent your vision. Some people might put like a Grammy award. I won't say if I have that on my vision board. On there, you put your dream house, your career, anything that represents
your expectations.
Yes, and you pray toward, but it's a constant in your face reminder of the visions that you have, that God has given you. And so the idea came to me to have a vision party. I've done this with my children and my nephews and nieces for the last couple of years. I have a vision party at the beginning of the year, and we do our vision boards and strive towards that throughout the year. But I wanted to do something like that for ladies. So that thought, I was playing with that thought, and then God gave me the idea of Leading Ladies. And I struggled with that as well, because it's like, it's supposed to be, the idea is a group of women coming together to push each other, encourage each other, and we're all at different stages. There are some that have already quote unquote arrived at a certain destination, and then there are others that are behind them. And so it's just a gathering of women that are like-minded, to encourage each other to pursue the dreams that God has given them. And so I wanted it to be about, I thought it maybe if I can get 20 women there, that would be great. By the grace of God, I've gotten like 50 ladies that are saying, I'm so interested, thank you for thinking of me, and if all of them are able to come on that day, what a powerful event it'll be.
Wow, that's awesome. I believe in the power of the vision board.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes seeing the picture motivates you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean,
it's not just enough to have it in your memory.
Yes.
But when you see the picture every day, with faith you can declare it.
That's right.
Call it to pass.
That's right.
Agree with the word. This is what God says.
That's right.
Also we call up for those things that we could not see, the things we see.
That's right.
And then we call for those things that were not as though they were.
That's right.
Keep
preaching.
But it works.
Yes.
It works.
It does.
Yeah, having whatever your expectation, it might not come as expected, but one day.
You're saying it exactly.
No, one day it will happen.
Yes, that just happened to me this year. There's something that has been on my vision board or on my vision list for quite a few years, at least 7 years, at least. And just this year, just a month or two ago, it came to pass.
It works.
Yes.
It works because that gives you a clear picture of what you want.
Yeah.
Another thing that will, I don't know, but I see you. that will also help you is it will need to be focused.
Yes, that's right.
Because sometimes we don't have a vision board. Even when the resources comes, there will be a lot of things calling your attention.
That's the truth.
So,
no, I'm serious. That's the truth.
well, I don't know. That's just a good thing. No, that's the truth.
Yes, it is.
You see, people sometimes think, oh wow, I didn't remember this. What I want to do when the money comes, we all know it. You know that thing because you don't have a vision board
Right.
of what you really want to do.
Yes.
With your resources.
Yes.
Well, I'm preaching. Wow. So that's a good idea. And I see the project going along.
Amen. Amen.
Going along. And you see what inspires me most about you, what this vision is your profession and the vision and this vision. They are like two different positives. The people in your life, you know, that doesn't really do most of these things.
You know, I think that's what held me back for a long time. But I want to say that in this day and age, I'm seeing more and more people that are doing that. There are doctors, there are, you know, people in the more serious accounting, you know, engineering professions that are letting their
profession, their career.
Yeah. Or letting their dreams come to life. Yeah. So I'm not the only one.
So we're going to see more among you. You're right.
Yeah.
But I'm inspired by what you are doing, and I know it's a matter of time.
Amen.
This will go along.
Amen. Amen.
So we agree about that. And quickly, what would be your advice to the ladies out there who are yet to discover themselves? 2, and let's really address that first. And those who are right now who are in a tight situation.
Yeah, that's you know, the lawyer in me wants to say that the answer is it depends. That's the answer a lawyer always gives. But I will say that in general, if you find yourself in a tight situation, if you feel stuck, the only way you can get unstuck is to go back to the manufacturer. Go back to your creator. Seek his face, seek his word, search his word. You know, it sounds like a common answer or like cliche answer, but it's the fact, it's the truth. You know, every time you're a preacher, so every time you read the Bible in your quiet time, doesn't something new jump out at you? And so if you're in that stuck place, you know, go ahead and go to the Word of God. And actually, if I can share my information, so anyone can reach out to me and I can share more in detail how I went about it. And maybe we can come up with a plan for how you can also go about it.
But don't forget, sometimes when people have challenges, we are really confused of what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you're saying going to the Bible or praying about it sometimes doesn't give them.
Oh, that's it. But most time people don't even remember. In doing such thing.
Right.
Which is
can
the
relate.
first thing that's supposed to be done.
Yes. You know, instead sometimes you look for answers in other people.
Other places,
other
and
places.
Man of your hair at the end of the day.
That's right.
So they like, I know what you say perfectly. The best to go back to the manufacturer.
Yes.
Because sometimes, I mean, if you bought a product and then there's no function, what do? You go back to the manual.
That's right.
The manual is the scripture, the Bible.
Right.
Then align yourself with the right people.
Right.
And like you said, now people like you have gone through some challenges in life. You have what it takes to motivate. You have a story to tell.
Yes, sir.
You have a story to tell, and that's the best you can learn from. So people around you go along with. So thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming by, and this is wonderful. And the ladies program, we look forward to it, and then we know it will be a very great project. So your music career, so what's next?
What's next? So I'm still. I released a CD in February of this year. It was my very first, and And so I'm still promoting that.
Okay.
And so the name of that CD, if you don't mind me sharing
Oh, go ahead.
the name of that CD is called Rebirth.
Okay.
And it's available on iTunes, on Amazon, on all the music outlets. And so I'm still promoting that. And I think I have 1 or 2 more singles to release from that CD. And then next year, go back into the studio.
And relax.
Can't relax.
Tell us about your book.
So I'm working on a book right now, actually, and it's an accompaniment to the CD. It's also going to be about rebirth.
Rebirth.
Yes, and rebirth.
Why rebirth?
Rebirth. You know. Okay, we're still going back to the topic of being stuck in a place where life seems like it's dead, right? Stagnant,
frustration,
mediocre. Stagnant is the word. Dry bones, kind of.
No progress.
No progress. And rebirth is just like a reset. It's just like, it's just like flipping the page, really. And when you know that, I have a heart for people that at some point in their lives, early on, they knew inside of them that they were called to do great things. And then along the way, life happened. Things got bad. Things went bad here, went bad there, and distractions came. And so you wake up one year and it's like 13 years have gone by and you're like, where did my life go? And so rebirth is just an awakening, a reawakening, a revival.
Wow. In other words, whatever, no matter whatever has happened, you can start again.
Absolutely.
So, viewers, you can only speak your pieces right now.
That's right.
And make something out of it.
That's right. Those dry bones can rise.
That means there is a message in that place you can pass across.
That's right, sir.
So don't give up on yourself. The future is still bright, but don't commit suicide.
Amen.
Don't cry, don't weep. Those will never help.
Yeah, but you can
really cry to God.
Yes, I encourage people to cry. I do cry more. I have cried, but you cry and then you let that out, and then you keep going.
Well,
that's you. Me, yeah.
Yeah, but one thing I know is sometimes when we cry, that will never be a problem.
It doesn't solve a problem.
You also relieve the tension and the stress out.
Exactly.
So you can't cry to God in prayer. That's accepted.
Yes.
Yeah. So wherever you are right now, don't give up on yourself.
Yes, sir.
So we have an encourager in the house. So I'm encouraging. I'm encouraging you, and so thank you for watching. I'm so blessed. We'll have a good time.
Yes, sir. This is awesome.
And I know you have received a message today. Parents, don't forget, don't post any cause on your children. Allow them to do what God has them to do, and make sure you guide them through in prayer and the Word of God. That's the best seed you can plant into their lives. Thank you for watching, and thank you for coming by. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much,
on this show.
Thank you.
And I know we are all blessed. So wherever you are right now, thank you so much. Please do follow us on Facebook and the TV networks, on Instagram and the TV network, on Twitter and the TV networks, on Periscope and the TV networks, and YouTube. On YouTube, New Dimension TV, and 24-hour live streaming of Undiluted God Encouragement on www.ndtv network. Thank all the crew for making this show a reality. Thank you for watching. Until I come again this time, I remain your humble servant, Sabunsu. Remain blessed. God bless you.
In this world of chaos, anarchy, and uncertainty, God is looking for men and women whom He will use as an agent of change and transformation. Men and women who will use their time, money, talents, resources, and spiritual gifts for the good of others. I believe after reading this book, you'll be encouraged and inspired to live selflessly and become an agent of change. Whenever you find yourself, you will do all you can to add value to the life of others. Agent of Change. Written by Sam Hyun-Suk. Now available. To get a copy of this life-transforming book, visit www.ndtvn.com/offers. Agents of Change. Can God count on you? How will you feel when you know that someone is praying and interceding for you every day? That is how we hold our partners with high esteem, standing in the gap and praying for you without season. NDTV is God's plan to transform lives and help people to get their freedom from every form of oppression, walk in victory, discover their original destiny and the plan of God for them. Together, we can do far more than any of us could ever do alone. Become a partner today by visiting www.ndtvn.com/partnership, and you will be glad you did.